I swore I'd block your number for good, but here you are texting me you up. I know exactly where this is, on your side of the bed at 3 a.m. I tell myself don't fall this time, but you say my name and I lose my mind. You're a bad idea again, but I always let you back in. Every time I say I'm done, I'm lying. You walk in the room and I stop trying. You're a bad idea again, but here I am at your door at 10. Guess I never learned my lesson. You're a bad idea again. Your friends all think I'm over this phase. Mine keep telling me to walk away, but we both know how the night goes. We talk a little then lose control. I tell myself I'm stronger now, but you smile once and it all falls down. You're a bad idea again, but I always let you back in. Every time I say I'm done, I'm lying. You walk in the room and I start trying. You're a bad idea again, and here I am at your door at 10. Guess I never learned my lesson. You're a bad idea again. Maybe one day I'll actually quit, but tonight I'm not over it. You say come closer and I give in. Yeah, here we go again. You're a bad idea. You keep running back to me, running back to again. I see you changing, I still feel you, I still feel you. Life breathing till you lose it all and don't give in. When in love like we're rolling, got you falling on my skin. Take your chance, this is it. Oh, nah, nah.
hello. I cut that short because it's I need to make a different intro for true crime and stuff. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Let me get me and Julie set up here. How is everybody today? It's Friday.
Hey everyone, how we doing tonight? It's been a busy Friday.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. Okay, so we have been doing our best to keep up with the Tanner Horner trial, the Athena kidnapping and murder trial. So today, I thought that we would just go over some clips that have been put out that kind of just highlight some important parts of the trial. So I think it's going to be a lot easier. There's going to be a less, when you listen to the like every case kind of has these questions and these, it can get a little bit much sometimes. So, and by much I mean sometimes a little bit boring. And not taking away from the case or how important all that information is to have out there. Of course, it is definitely a valid part of any case. But sometimes, when you've heard it over and over and over and over, it kind of all just sort of sounds the same. So I thought that we would just go over some clips that I have open and put up so that we can listen to. I think maybe we'll start with, we might be jumping around all over the place, but I think I have put what I do have sort of in order of when it was put out to YouTube, at least I guess you could say. So the first one that I thought that we would start out, by the way, hello everybody. How are you? Hope you're all having a good Friday.
And just a little reminder, we will be going live later after this live to talk about the shenanigans that have been going on the street.
Oh, yep. We are going to. I am going to blow some people's minds because I got something to say.
Uh-oh.
I made a post. That's pretty much, what I would like to reiterate. Is that reiterate? Is that a word? With my voice, just by talking about, some of the shit that definitely has been going on.
Reiterate.
Reiterate. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Just some shit that's been going on that I don't agree with at all. And no matter who the spotlight is on, whether I like them or not, when I see something, I'm going to say something. I've never been the type of channel just to, simp for one person or do this for the, you know what I mean? No. Whether I like you or not, or whether we get along or not, if I see something that's wrong, I'm going to say something. And I have been. So, yeah. But we'll talk about that later on this evening for a Friday Night Live. And we'll check things out. Yeah, for sure. So, hey, Endless. Hey, Little D. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out for a little bit. I'm hoping this won't be too long. There's a bunch of, we can kind of jump through some of this stuff that's up here. And, yeah. So the first one that I thought that would be interesting to listen to are the jail calls. There are jail calls between this idiot and his mom or his grandma, I think. And so I thought that would be interesting to listen to. This one is 36 minutes. I'm going to definitely try to speed it up. We'll try on 1.5. The audio in this courtroom hasn't been the best. So I'm definitely, me and Julie will definitely make sure that like, we mute while it's playing just so that you guys can hear it the best. I don't know how, I listened to a little bit of this, and the audio was not the best. But hopefully we will be able to hear it clear enough to kind of just, pick up what's going on. So yeah, thank you everybody for being here. It is so much appreciated. And yeah, so let's go and let's start listening to this. So, you're muted on your mic. Okay. Yeah, I will mute when I push play as well. So. All right, here we go, you guys. Thanks for hanging out for a little while, and yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in, watching this with us because it's definitely a case that's touched this community for sure. So, all right, here we go, you guys. Here we go. I will put. Hang on, just give me a second. I will put the closed captioning back on for you guys, and hopefully that will help understanding what they're saying sometimes when it's hard to hear. So here we go.
Is calling you from Quiet County. Press 1 for accepting a call. This call may be monitored or recorded. Hello? Hello? Your name? Not really. You want to tell me your name?
I told him this, my driveway and all that stuff. I was pulling forward and I was backing up. And then I hit the silver one.
This call may be monitored or recorded. Go ahead.
And then, she was crying. I tried calming her down. It didn't work. And
Okay.
my thoughts were, oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. Like everything sort of just.
So in this jail call, you can hear that he's still going with that he backed over her, he ran her over, didn't know what to do, he was scared, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's so easy for people to lie. Some people, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay. You should call the police, right? You should call the police.
I didn't know what to do.
You can have that person. But I know you're not there.
I'm also gonna take out the fish tank for now.
Why did you do? Is she down or over?
No.
Oh, God.
I can't get it.
Whatever you did made it better.
Here, like,
Yeah, she wanted to take her. She wanted to have a call.
yeah.
Did you confide in her
What?
about this? Did you call her?
No.
You want to she was really freaking out about it. You have 3 minutes remaining on this call.
It wasn't his fault. So, was it you guys who tried calling bail or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
How much was it?
1.5 million.
Are you kidding me?
No. They're bad. And then says the task force, FBI, was here. They ransacked the hall. They ransacked your place back there. They threw me and Nicholas down the floor. They almost threw me down. They looked at everything. And Karen, I didn't know if you do nothing weird to that little girl.
I didn't.
Okay. I didn't think you did. I just know it. I know how you did it.
Well, honestly, with my medication, I barely even have a living evidence.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything like that.
I didn't think so. I didn't think you were for her. You know what happened to me in that little girl. I don't think you did that. I love you. I'm so sorry this happened. I'm so sorry to do that. That poor little girl. That poor baby.
I know.
I want you to pray for her and her family.
I don't know. Can you get hold of Kathy, please? You have her number. Just talk to her, tell her I would like to hear from her.
Okay, I will. I just talked to her. This call may be monitored or recorded. She's lived with her dad for a couple weeks, so.
Did she bring the baby with her?
I'm sure. I'm sure. Man, I'm so sorry. Your call will end in 1 minute.
1 minute.
Were you listening to that music when you bring up your little girl?
Yeah.
No.
I'm just hopeful for us that that truck doesn't have a backup camera. Well, it has a backup camera, but it doesn't work. It hasn't worked for like 2 months.
Okay, what? I love you.
No backup camera, he says. It hasn't worked for over 2 months. So that's interesting that he went with that story, right? Because, he didn't. I don't know why I didn't think about the fucking cameras that were in the fucking truck. But, I mean, whatever. So maybe that's why he went with that story. Thinking that they wouldn't be able to tell or not, you know, because there's no backup camera. So, yeah, interesting. Hey, Jason. How are you? How are you? Good to see you. All right, here we go.
I'm sorry to have this. Please pray for that lady and pray for the family, and you're in our prayers too, okay?
I don't know how much to talk to, but
Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself.
okay, I feel better.
Okay. We love you too.
Your checks are all my love, all my fucking love, babe.
Okay. Tanner, be strong, okay? It's not the world, okay?
Now I'm going to publish for purposes of the record, I'm publishing State's Exhibit number 44. Then I'm going to go to 3 minutes and 16 seconds or 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the call to start, where I'm going to start playing it at that point.
Sorry about that boost of sound. I just realized that the video itself was down, so it's going to be a lot louder. I apologize for that. So, all right, here we go.
44.
This call meeting.
Apparently they work in the same office, so there's that.
Judge, I'm sorry, we would judge on the rule of optional completeness.
So you wish to have the entire phone call played?
Let's see. Hold on, let me just make sure I have the correct call. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Barry, if you play the entire phone call.
Just let you know, it's 26 minutes, Your Honor.
All right.
This call meeting on. Material recorded.
Ooh, watch your fingers. Ooh, you got smash your fingers. You know, you would think they would help you in here. I don't want to help. I want them to help you. I'm sitting here watching you struggle, and I can't just walk in the wall and help you get in here. I'm alright. I'm alright. I got out of the crazy room yesterday. Oh, you did? Yeah. Now they have me in the less crazy room. I actually have a toilet. They're giving me reading material. They gave me, so they gave me a Bible, right? Then I forgot how, like, the dialogue is, and I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh, I have to take a break. Like, I have to take breaks constantly worrying because the dialogue is like Shakespearean almost.
Yeah. Is it the King James?
No, it's,
NIV?
no, not NIV. I can read it NIV very well. It's ESV or some bullcrap.
Yeah.
I want my Bible. The one that, Pastor Vicky gave us when we graduated. I don't have, I did not read somewhere.
It is.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him last night. He even came up here to find out when he can come. I showed up here yesterday.
This guy needs whatever Bible he can get. I'm just saying. Too hard for you to read? Too bad. Keep reading. You need it. You need it.
Because I thought I came last Tuesday, but I don't read it Sunday. But still, it's different. Now, if I come on Wednesday, you come on Wednesday and Fridays.
Huh. You guys mom's outside?
No, she get home and she said, "Hey, she loves you very much." And she's just really upset. Most people are.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, I have two lawyers. One's name is Ray, that's the one that looks like Steve.
Yeah.
And then another guy whose name is Steve.
Really?
Yeah. He told me yesterday when I met the other guy, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah. Apparently they work in the same office, so there's that. You would not believe all the crazy letters I am receiving.
Oh. You haven't seen nothing yet. I mean, it's world news. World news.
Shit, I have to tell you, though, freaking, I'll put the first news station that can bail me the fuck out. I have to say that, but I kind of got that would happen.
Yeah.
I don't know, this is $1 million item, I guess. I don't know. Powerful, though.
So you have on one hand, you call up, put $50 on the books.
Oh, because I don't have your number.
You don't have.
When they took my property, I don't have anything to write that down with. You're gonna have to give that to them. Be like, hey, give this to here. Please, for the love of God. Otherwise, I would have been calling you. I know, it's a very frustrating thing.
And I just saw this pen from the lady at the desk, that we're not supposed to have them, but I said I need to take some notes.
So that's a dumb little pen, isn't it?
Yeah. And it worked, but it matters.
Okay, how do you know Cassie at all?
No.
You're never gonna believe you sent me mail. So Nicole sent me a letter for Cassie does. How do you think that makes me feel? I just want an update on my freaking son, man, and nobody can tell me anything.
He's okay. He's doing just fine.
Is he with Cassie or is he with?
He's with his grandma.
Of course.
What do you think you paid for it?
Because I had an ingrown hair the other day, and like I started messing with it, and they don't let me cut my fingernails, so it just kind of gets bad. Yeah. But honestly, I need her dad's number because our phones are off right now by this point. I know they are.
And where is your phone?
But the detectives, I can't even get any numbers off of it.
Hey, that's okay.
Otherwise, I would have been calling everybody, Jonathan, everybody.
I tried to look at Jonathan's number.
Yeah, you'll have to contact him. On Facebook, his name is Jonathan Earthgazer, because Earthgazer is the name of his band.
Okay. Well, I'm not on Facebook. Take me off of it. Totally off of it.
Well, that's the only way you're going to be able to contact a lot of these people.
Okay, so I just want to,
No, I need you to. Like, you're not getting it, Amy.
No, I do get it, but you don't get all the hate that I'm getting from that.
Hate? You shouldn't be receiving any hate.
Oh, it just... We're not supposed to talk about it.
I'm not supposed to talk about the case. I want to know what they're saying on TV, because I guarantee they're always making it worse than it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's coming out that,
So I think it's his grandma that he's talking about. And she like mentions like how she's getting hate. And he's just like, oh, you shouldn't get any hate. It's okay. I need you to do this. It's, oh my God. And the way that he talks to her, disrespectful if you ask me. You're not getting it. What? Excuse me? All right. I'll show you how I'm not getting it. Bye. What the fuck? Anyways, here we go.
he didn't write it right.
No. Are you kidding me? On my medication, I couldn't even get up for Kathy. I know that's a little bit too much information, but still. Like,
See, all they know is that a set of starter kidnapped her and killed her and dumped her body. And
I mean, that's basically the story from like what everybody is saying. Like everybody here, that's who I am because of the TV.
yeah,
You would think that I would have like people involved would have to sign waivers with shit like this. You know what I mean? Then again, these people are they're monsters.
they're terrible. And,
They want their story. Yeah, that's all they want. That's why I'm kind of tempted to like right now they're like, hey, you guys bond me out and give me like $1 million extra dollars. Yeah, I'll give you your story. Like asking the baby at a nice house, fix up y'all's house. You can do that with $1 million. Get little leftovers to the family, that whole thing, but that may not be. Dude, this has not, I haven't been.
How difficult that must be for Athena's mom to listen to this, or her whole family, to have to listen to this. I'm talking about, getting deals. He's gonna tell a story. Like, what?
I couldn't. The cops would have to drag me out of there because at some point I probably would have lunged at him.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
When it comes to my kids, I turn like everything goes dark. Everything.
Right.
I don't. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they have her like 2 rows behind. Sit in the second row behind. Oh my goodness! Wow. But yeah, I agree with you. It'd be really hard. That's for sure. So, hello, Willis True Crime. Hey, always grooving. Good to see you guys. All right, here we go.
On my medication in almost 2 weeks. I'm feeling emotion. I broke it down the other day because I know that Chester's going to be looking around during Christmas. All his family members are going to be around. My best friend in the world is going to fucking be there. You know he's a daddy's boy.
yeah. We'll keep them alive, and, you're keeping alive when we're with you.
I love one for Christmas. It's just pictures of pictures of you guys.
Your mom's working on that. So I've got it. But we don't have very many good recent pictures. I can send you the
I
pictures.
think some of the pictures, you can just literally just screenshot it on the phone.
Oh,
And like, honestly, they celebrate the Christmas at, their grandparents' house. They do all the presents and all that stuff the day before. So like, come over here. I'm pretty sure they won't mind having you around. They really, you know how they feel. They love the shit out of you. And even though Chester will love you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Just give them pictures. I was gonna be the one that didn't fuck up. I was gonna be the one that didn't fuck up.
Well, if people know that because they know you don't have any kind of record, the people that know you can know you're not that kind of person.
Oh, you're so wrong. Ooh, that didn't age well. Oh my God. Anyways, yeah.
I'm sorry for you. I just hope you.
You shouldn't be sorry for me. Man.
I remember Christmas waking up, wondering why is my fucking dad here? Christmas is wondering my mom wasn't there, but,
Yeah. And, I don't know, maybe we can eventually bring him.
he's already visited list. But it has to be a period party, and that means it has to be Kathy, because I know for damn sure Carrie's not going to bring him up here. So it has to be Kathy. She won't even talk to anybody apparently, so Nicole is freaking giving me mail, and she's not.
I think they reached out to her to ask questions about him, I think.
Well, if it's the detectives, no. If it's my attorney's office, that's the only person that she should talk to is my attorney, or somebody from my attorney's office. Like, that's the only person anybody should talk to, pretty much my attorney.
The Texas Rangers were asking about it, and they were questioning it.
And decline, because that's sensitive information that has to do with my attorney.
So it's all reported.
Right, Lil D, I agree. Oh my gosh, that was so hard to sit and listen to.
Yesterday.
There was a bunch of people in here. I mean, the bus was full. It's all leaving.
But you need to write down Cassie's dad's number at least, because I know you have that.
Yeah.
So write that down when you try to give them the paper to put it in my property, so I can have that number as well, so I can at least try. But if I can at least try to contact Cassie and just give me an update, tell her how I feel.
Okay.
I don't know, it kind of got pushed the end.
This end.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Trust me, I wrote you guys a letter on using one of those. My hand hurts so bad afterwards. Like years of that guitar playing drums, and playing video games came back all when I was writing with that little itty piece of crap pen. Yeah. But
Keep in
like,
mind that some of the words on the TV, or on, TV, I guess, whatever you're watching on the screen, some of them are not correct, right? It's picking up what it thinks it sounds like. So you just kind of have to, I'm sure you guys are doing fine, but, I just wanted to point that out. So, yeah. All right, here we go.
Jerry. Yeah. And you think he might be able to do something, but I doubt he would. Especially with how much Bill talks shit about me at the end.
Yeah, all of it. Me too.
I love Paulo, but that was vindictive and uncalled for.
It's how he is. I mean, he was like that. His noticed that mother died.
Yeah, Sammy.
Yeah.
That's all about that.
And Josh Sullivan.
Yeah.
Your son had you received a letter from him. I think he wants to write you, because he's been there before.
I've never been in jail like this before. So, like, some of the jailers get really annoyed with me, but others are just like, fucking human. But yeah, you need to write down her dad's number. So I can have that, so I can at least try to contact her. Like that, a lot of things will go a lot smoother as far as getting numbers and stuff like that when I can get a hold of Cassie, because Cassie knows how to get a hold of all the people I know. Like,
Okay. I mean, okay. So I'll just
Oh, Casper, thank you so much. I appreciate that, and it's completely understandable. I appreciate you coming in and hitting that thumbs up and showing some love, though. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. All right, here we go.
tell her that. I mean, if I can do
We'll
a
see you
text
later
her,
on. We're gonna go
I'll
do some
call her
drama
and
later.
see if she'll answer.
well, just write down her dad's number.
Okay, you know, I don't know that I have his number.
Yeah, you do. You talked to him before.
Huh?
You talked to him on the phone.
You know, but it's on Facebook.
Then reactivate your Facebook just so you can message him. Please, for the love of God, this is...
Hey,
Sorry, I just want to talk to her.
I understand.
I just want to see my son. Cassie is the only chance I have of seeing my son.
That is so true. I'm always groovy, right? Plus, he's put the hyper fear of delivery drivers in all who are aware of this case. Exactly. And then good to see you, Dapper. How are ya? What are you up to? Hey, I'm a puffin.
Hey, everyone that's come in.
I'm a puffin. I've always told her. Every time I see her name, I think of my grandma. The puffin was her favorite bird. I think it's the national bird of Scotland or something like that. I think. I'm pretty sure it's.
I think of her smoking weed, but that's just me.
Yes. You've been stuck on Top Chat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All chat reminder. Oh, I'm on Top Chat too while I'm watching you guys. Oh, okay. All right then. Thanks for the reminder, Jason.
Oh, so was I.
Hey, Cheyenne. Good to see you. All right, here we go. We're just watching clips and, things to just kind of get us up to date with this case. This is phone calls between him and I believe his grandma. Or his mom. I'm not too sure. Right at this moment, he's talking about getting a hold of Kathy, which I do believe is his ex. I know it says Cassie on the screen, but the captions are just not picking up quite every word correctly. So that's what we're listening to. He wants to get a hold of his son, I believe it is. He has a son. It's his grandma. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I agree. Top Chat sucks. I mean, what's it there for? What's it there for? You don't get anything extra, What's top about it? Anyways. So yeah, he wants to see his son, talk to his son, something like that. Which at this point, if I was his baby mama, I would not be letting my son speak to him. I just wouldn't. It wouldn't be happening. Not with me, anyways. Not me as a mama. I would be no, thank you. You go through your trial and see what's going on. I heard what you did. So yeah. Anyways. Oh, thank you, Jason. Yeah. I just put him in that color because I like the color. But I'm glad that it is easier to read. Nice. I appreciate that. Can you imagine digesting this as a No, I can't. No. Not at all. And they've obviously found something, out because he's in jail. And why isn't his why isn't she not questioning him? Like, why are you saying that you backed up against this baby? I guess maybe they don't know that far, but they saw her in his truck. You know, she wasn't backed up. She wasn't hurt. She wasn't, you know, she was scared as fuck, I'm sure. But you know, she was fine. So I don't know why she's not questioning him. Like, why are you still saying that? I would be. I'd be like, look, dude, like all over the fucking news is this, da, da, da. Like, why are you saying that? You know, I don't know. Maybe at this point the image has not come out, or I'm not too sure. But anyways, but it's still interesting to listen to. So, all right, here we go, guys. I'll shut up.
I would think. It has to be a parent, where are you? So it has to be Kathy or her mother. And trust me, I would rather not put Carrie on my list, because she won't come up here anyway. Right. By the way, my attorney is potentially interested in working with Connie. Oh, yeah? Well, at least, you know, talking to him. Since Tommy's passed the bar, it's actually might be good for him. Get some experience in that whole thing. I don't know. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I don't know how it'll play out, though. And I can really imagine what Jonathan's going through right now, because his brother went to prison a few years ago. Yeah. Now his best friend, and his... Well, maybe since you don't have... It doesn't matter. What age doesn't matter. Right. Yeah. Know what I would be doing right now? Freezing my ass off in a truck, excited to get to an apartment. That's what I would be doing right now. It's kind of chilly today. Yeah, I know, trust me. I don't get underwear or pants. Not in this thing. Not until I'm off the watch, so, you know. No. Not in the least bit. My blanket's made of the same material. Is it foam? No, it's essentially a blanket about that thick. Yeah. It's a bit cold. A lot of people in it? Huh? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people come and go, and all of them look at me like, that's the guy. Every single fucking one of them. There's this one like Mexican gangster dude, like, just looked at me like with this like hate-filled rage in his eyes.
I mean, that's what happens when you are a child killer. You know, when you go to jail, prison, just wait till you get to like the big place. You know, because you be going there too. So he's saying that there's a gangster kind of guy that is in the next cell to him that looked at him like with this rage in his eyes. Well, dude, I don't know. You made your bed. You're gonna have to lie in it. You know, they are gonna know who you are. They are gonna know what you did. They're gonna know. You know, just.
I don't think he'll be put in general pop. I think that he'll be segregated. I really, I honestly, I mean, he's too much of a risk to put out in gen pop.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Yeah.
They'll put him where his even gay people are put separately than gen pop.
Right.
I believe.
Yeah.
For protection, you know, strictly for protection.
Yeah, exactly.
So I, you know, yeah.
Which I don't know if I agree. I understand why. I mean, they can't have just, you know, a bloodbath in general pop all the time. I'm sorry to say it that way, but you know what I mean. Like they can't have everybody
Oh,
just being that, you know what I mean?
Jason says they will put him in general population. If he's attacked, then they will separate him. He's going to be attacked. Yeah,
Oh,
big
there you
time.
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
he'll.
All right.
Somebody's gonna make him into their bitch. You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Oh
yeah.
gosh. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be him, that's for sure. Oh my gosh.
And the
So,
thing is like the nerve of him to ask, like during the interrogation, the fact that he was, can I at least have a month with my family? Are you fucking kidding me?
I
You didn't give
know. I
Athena that.
know. Mm-hmm.
You took Athena's life, so she gets nothing with her
Right.
family now. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Piece of crap.
exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, here we go.
Apparently, they might keep me from the general population the entire time I'm here, possibly.
Yeah. Still too early, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a bit of an introvert anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Getting 2 books from the library, hopefully they come in. One's a Star Wars book, and one is the second Harry Potter book, because they only have the second and third ones. They have all of the Twilight books, apparently, so I might read through those for the first time since high school.
So, is Cassie is a witchcraft?
That was really random. Why do you say that?
Because, the mom found a book back there, and she's feeding her cat, and that cat's gaining weight.
Did she not take the cat with her? Did she take Draco?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I never thought I'd say this. I kind of miss that little shit. I miss this stupid happy little face when I walk in the door like, oh my god, here, oh my god.
Oh, we got rid of, George and Maya. I wrapped them up in a box and go put them on the doorstep. Not really.
Oh, it's not good.
Your mom gave them
I'm Jilly.
2 of the verses at the methadone clinic after they saw me.
Just here. I'm Jilly. Dapper, yeah. Jilly is up here with me. She's my co-host and my bestie.
And I'm also in chat.
Right, yeah, there you go. So that's Jilly, yeah. my girl. So, all right, here we go.
Oh, we want them, and so,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
That's good. I can't wait till I can get a razor. Just shave my face because, like, it looks terrible.
I think we let it grow out.
No.
Or we all clean cut.
I want to be clean cut because then shit like this happens. You know what I mean? Like I think it looks pretty bad, probably. Keep picking at it.
Not just the worst when you keep picking at it.
Yeah. I know.
Well, I just want you to know that many people asking about you, they're concerned about you.
Who?
Just,
Like, these are people you need to send my attorney's way. He needs many character witnesses.
oh, well, we will, you know, as soon as he tells her mom, you know, she's always wanting to get a hold of you because she doesn't think he's doing enough. But, you know, you're not his only client.
Yeah, I'm not his only client. I'm actually his most high-profile client. He's actually working his ass off right now,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
And I guess if they can want to come back,
Yeah, that's why I'm out of the cuckoo room.
okay.
So nice, actually having a toilet. But hey, do not take toilets for granted. Do not.
That's right.
I even have a little water fountain. But yeah, he was asking me to even write down some names and stuff of, you know, people that could be character witnesses. I have Kristen and Charlie down. I have,
And you know, Shannon and Pastor talking to them, you know, she's saying, I remember, you know, I remember you being just the best guy, and she doesn't say you are. Bill does, everyone here.
that's, yeah, trust me. it's going to be, quote, hurt, unquote, of being autistic.
Yeah. Tammy, your Aunt Tammy, she's very concerned and, she asked him, do anything we can do for her do.
Well, unless she has 1.5 million in assets and $150,000 in cash, there's really not much she can do except pray for me.
That's what people are doing. And has your dad reached out at all?
No, for all I know, he's messed out and hasn't even seen the phone or news in like 2 weeks. He probably doesn't even know.
Oh, I see him on Facebook. I see him on Messenger, not Facebook. His pictures up there. Where.
Yeah.
And, tried to call him, and it wasn't a good number, I guess.
What do you mean trying to call him?
Well, to let him know about you. Of course, I'm sure he knows now.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows.
Yeah.
And this is definitely not a thing that's like, like, according to my attorney yesterday, this is literally like national news. Like, it's not just like Texas news, it's national.
Yeah, it's national.
Man, I always wanted to be famous, but not like this shit.
Poor little girl.
I feel bad for the family.
Well, Dave, you can apologize. And of course, they're telling us not to reach out to them yet, because it's too soon.
Yeah, it is definitely too soon. I miss my son. I missed my son before I got arrested.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you need.
Oh gosh, I just can't imagine listening to. Oh, Athena's mom is a strong person for sure, I do believe that Athena's dad is there as well, and we're gonna listen to him testify. So he did testify. That was a question in chat. I don't know, the other day, about if he's gonna testify or not, but he does testify. So. Anyways, it's just got to be so hard for her family to listen to him whine and cry that he misses his son. And oh my God, yeah, I would stand up and be like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, oh my gosh, I would be raging. So, anyways, here we go.
At least talk to Carrie and see how she's doing for me.
Oh, I will. And we're going to put some pictures off that she sent me, and because I asked her, I said, I want to send Hannah some pictures, can you take pictures, like you always do of him. And there's one cute one, and you'll see it, it's got a backpack on, that's adorable. I don't know what he's doing, but he was so grown up, he's getting so big.
Oh, I bet he is. And every single day I noticed he looks more and more like your old dad.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kill Cassie. Just, when you can, please, just put give them those numbers and tell them to put them in my property or my box so I can contact you guys because, man, like, get lonely. I feel bad for every time that I always put off sending mom a letter back because I do. I mean, then again, I'm not even in a regular cell yet. I'm still on watch, so like the last week and a half I've been under like in a surveillance type situation, you know what I mean? Once I get a regular room, I'll actually apparently have TV and everything like the thing. Took a little bit off of my last paycheck to buy stuff from commissary. Hopefully that'll come in. hopefully my stuff will come out of the, evidence room soon, and I can give you guys that auger card so y'all can get Chester stuff, presents, diapers.
Oh, would you want me to get Chats's number too, or lady?
I mean, you can try, but our phones are off right now. The bill's due on the 8th. Yeah, it's not gonna do much to give me her number now. Getting her number right after I would have got it would have been wonderful, but yeah. Oh, you can probably get her dad's number from her mom.
Yeah.
And then when I call you guys, since you're transferring your numbers over to me, I'll be able to attempt to call. And if they don't answer, then I guess I get that.
Yeah. I'll give you our numbers too, lady, and I can call up I have a little question we ask them, call and ask them, when I do, we don't deliver messages, we don't take messages.
No, I remember who that was. That's the lady that hates me. Like, they can take messages. That's the lady that hates me. So if it was for me, that's why. They are allowed to take messages. She just literally hates me. I even talked to the NHMR lady about it. She said, we'll try to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
No, it's not professional. She's an older lady. Ironically, her last name is Collard. I tried collard greens for the first time I was here, by the way.
Oh, it's so good. You like them?
Yeah. To me, it just tasted like, oh man, I'm actually going to be able to poop and not string today.
Looking pretty good.
No. So I was supposed to get on finger foods before I get me tomorrow, right? Do you know what they give me? Applesauce, biscuits and gravy. That was breakfast yesterday, okay? You know what I had to eat the applesauce with? It had a spoon with a biscuit. Yeah, I know. I'm just glad I'm getting some reading material from the library, because holy crap, I need to put my head in a good fantasy book. I mean, I need to get myself detached from reality a little bit. But, yeah, as for the books that Mom's asking about, I just need like one on like, chakra meditation and stuff. That way, I can, it helps when I'm having like an anxiety attack. Because, being stuck in a box, you're gonna end up getting a little bit of anxiety. If I start getting that anxiety, I'll like sit down, meditate, try to block everything out, relax, it helps. But sometimes I have a little bit of trouble staying focused on that. So that's why I kind of want some books on it. That way I can learn how to be a little more focused on it. And this is going to sound very, very childish, but they should have box sets of the Dragon Ball Z manga. Manga is basically Japanese comic book. But like they have sets like chapters 1, 2, and 3, and 3, 4, 5, stuff like that. That would be a lifesaver. Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball GT, not Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z. The Z is my ultimate favorite.
But you did that other book that you want us to get.
Bring
Your meditation.
Hey, Serial.
just the one I was saying just now.
What's up?
Just something on like chakra, meditation, stuff like that.
What?
Chalk. Here, you have a pen, you have a paper. So like, shit, I forgot.
No, I didn't. That's Jason, by the way.
Have trouble?
That's it.
Let's take a short break. I need about 10 minutes, okay? Call you.
All right, so that is that. for the phone calls. Okay, so the next one, I'm actually not gonna do this one. I don't imagine that they do show lots. Oh, they do show pictures. Okay, I'm not gonna show, this one. It's going over like crime scene photos and all that kind of stuff. And I've just kind of decided I don't want to do it. You know, I don't want to do it. So this one, hang on a second. Okay, that one as well. I'm not gonna go through. Okay, so we are gonna go and watch her mom testify, and then we will watch her dad testify. So I do believe her mom testified first. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. But so let's go over and let me grab that one where her mom testifies. We probably won't watch this whole thing because it is 40 minutes long. So we will skip through some stuff, maybe perhaps, and just watch part of it. It's quite long, and yeah, it's actually really disturbing as well. So there's that. So, okay. Hey, Dynamite, good to see ya. All right, so let's just jump right in here and start listening. This, of course, is Athena's mom, and she is all in pink because pink was Athena's favorite color. So I think that is a beautiful gesture, in my opinion, to do that, and she looks great. So so let's have a listen to this, and yeah, thanks for being here, you guys. All right, here we go.
You sitting here in court since this case started, would you introduce yourself to be sure?
My name is Maitland Gandy. I'm better known as the mother of Athena Presley Monroe Strand.
And I'm going to show you something that's been admitted already in the evidence. Would you please? Yes. Ms. Thompson talked about this picture here, and I want to ask you, she mentioned that she had a little grin on his face. Do you have a better explanation about why she has a grin on her face?
I do. So this was taken about a month before she was murdered, and we were at a Mexican restaurant in our hometown, and I wanted to get a picture of her and her baby sister, my baby sister, all together, and she stole an orange from my drink, and she had it in her mouth to look like it. She looked like a little monkey, and I took the original picture, not noticing the orange in her mouth, and then of course, being the mom that I am, I said Athena Presley, and she immediately closed her lips around that orange so she could hide the orange and take the picture that I wanted.
That's the reason for the grin.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a cute story.
You said this picture was taken when?
About a month before she was killed.
Let me show you another picture that's been admitted into evidence. And I think we've seen this one. When was this picture taken?
That was taken on November 26th of 2022. It was a Saturday. It was about...
I also hate that this guy is like sitting right next to all these pictures, and he can just look up at her, and like, what is he thinking? What's going through his mind? God, it's just, it's just so, it just gives you the heebie-jeebies, you know? So it's, goodness. Hello, Tamara Marie. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Oh my goodness. Hello. I'm so glad you made it in today. Trigger
And that
warning.
is not me coloring in the background, folks. That would be Wisby filing her nails.
Oh, I was just like, yeah. Sorry.
And I'm getting ready to, I took off my ones, I gotta do another set.
Oh, there you go. I just put these ones on and I really like them. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah, it's lots of fears going through his mind. I hope, and me too. I
Yeah.
hear you. Absolutely. I hope so. I wish he would have been told not to look at her pictures or something. You know what I mean? Oh gosh. Anyways. All right, here we go, you guys. Here we go.
1:30 p.m. And that was in the front seat of my Jeep.
And notice she's got a white shirt on here. What's the symbolism of this white shirt? What's she wearing?
It says, "We are family 2022," because we always had matching fall pajamas for Halloween and matching Christmas pajamas. It was a part of our holiday traditions.
And was it just her, or was there somebody else with her we know this?
No, you can see my baby, Rylan.
Is this right here?
Yes.
And how many days before she was murdered was this picture taken?
4 days.
4 days. And
Oh
noticing
my
something in her
God.
head. What's
I didn't know that. This picture was taken 4 days before she was taken and murdered. Oh my gosh, wow. 4 days. Ooh. Anyways, okay, all right, here we go.
That is her red bow for Christmas, because red was the theme for our family that year.
Ma'am, I notice you have something in your hand there. Show that to the jury.
This is her red bow.
Oh my
Is that the
God.
same red bow that we see in that picture?
Yes, sir.
Do you leave home
Oh,
without
I
that?
would have lost.
I want to come to this state.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe back home every once in a while?
Every once in a while. Quick trip to Walmart, maybe.
Something else about this picture, was this one of the last times you saw Athena?
I had a little bit more than 24 hours left with her. I just didn't know it at the time.
And we heard from Ms. Thompson that Athena was
Oh my
living
gosh.
here for a little while. And I guess that little more time is the time it took you to get from where you were in Oklahoma to the meeting spot with Jacob, is that right?
Yes.
And I say Jacob, who's Jacob?
Jacob is Athena's daddy.
Okay.
Wow,
And
Jason, right?
where do y'all normally meet?
Reminding me.
ASAP and Bowie,
I'm
Bowie,
gonna add her
Texas.
pictures back on.
Is that
I know.
a convenience store?
It's a gas station of sorts. It's gotten better over the years.
Okay. Stop and rob, if you will.
Yes, sir.
And so y'all exchange on that day, right?
We exchanged Sunday, November 27th of 2022.
You remember the last thing you said to Athena?
I told her that I loved her and that I would see her on Friday. We had a quick drop off because her daddy was going to take them to the Christmas lights that night. So it's not the goodbye that I would have wanted.
So you and Jacob, when is Athena born with you and Jacob? What's her birthday?
She was born Saturday, May 23rd of 2015 at 9:01 p.m.
And
Try to say
let me ask you, from
me.
the time she was born until the last time you saw her, how would you describe her as a child?
She was the perfect mixture of me and Jacob. She loved to wear her pretty princess dresses, but at the same time, she would play in the dirt in those same pretty princess dresses. And she was free, and she was wild, and she was bright, and she was loving. She wanted to be loved and to give love, and that's it.
Now, as she got older, did she have some things that were kind of her favorites and the things that she liked to do?
That's a broad question to ask. Athena loved everything. She loved life. We liked to watch movies together. It was very common for us to have movie nights, popcorn and candy. It was very common for her to want to ride her horse with her Aunt Kate. It was very common for her to want to do anything outdoors with her father, so long as her father was around. She watched him butcher animals. She watched him clear property. As long as Daddy was around, she was great with being dirty and being outside.
So that people are clear, we, or you and Jacob, would you agree with me, y'all live a country life?
Very much so.
And when you say butchering animals, Jacob's a bit of a hunter, right?
Yes.
I just don't want people to think that we're out, on the other side of Fort Worth doing that in the front yard, okay?
No.
Thanks, Carter.
So let's talk a little bit about you and Jacob. You and Jacob were young when you had Athena.
Very
And how
much
old
so.
were you?
I was 19 when I had Athena.
And Jacob was a little older than you?
Jacob was 23. He had just turned 23.
And we may have heard this. We heard from Ashley, Jacob's wife at the time. You and Jacob didn't stay together
No, we didn't.
permanently. But let me ask you, how do you feel you and Jacob were as parents for Athena?
There were rough moments, but we always had an agreement that those rough moments didn't need to enter into our children's lives. We co-parented, in my opinion, pretty dang well. Because as long as Athena's needs were met and she was happy, that was important to him and I.
Any doubts at all that you or Jacob or your family in Oklahoma or his family here in Texas absolutely loved Athena?
There is no doubt whatsoever that every single person that has ever met Athena, besides maybe one, absolutely loved Athena.
Is that the kid on the bus?
It's actually the defendant in this case. I would like to think that he doesn't love her.
Is that,
That kid on the bus.
oh, as soon as she said that, besides maybe one, I was like, oh, she's talking about, all right. My goodness. Hello, Kathy, over on Kick. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by over there. Thank you. All right, here we go.
I also not particularly care for her.
The one she smacked in the head with a water bottle.
Mommy did teach her that no means no.
Right. So, independent?
She gets that from me.
Okay. And strong?
Physically, she gets that from her father.
Now, you told me about an event. It's actually a tragic event. Your mother died 4 or 5 years ago. Is that right?
It's been, it's been almost 8 years. This year will make 8.
8 years ago.
Oh,
And
goodness, Kathy. Wow, that's very close to
Tell me
home.
what happened.
Oh, my goodness. About 8 miles away from you. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I'm sure it had an impact on your community being that close. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Yeah. I couldn't imagine. Not that long ago, one of my daughters, and I talked about this on one panel somewhere. One of my daughter's friends, or granddaughters, sorry, friends was kidnapped and assaulted and then let go, you know, and stuff like that where I live just doesn't happen. Like, I'm telling you, it just doesn't happen. And that was a huge shock to this entire community, and it just really, really rocked this little small town. So they did find out who it was.
That's what's going on in Brevard County with the cruise ship death. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's a touchy subject for a lot of people throughout the communities because we're from this area.
Right, yeah.
And so there's just certain people we would rather not cover it because they are not. She deserves better, but that's just
Right,
my
yeah. I agree. Yeah, yeah. So, all right, here we go.
And with regard to that, and I don't want to ask you about your mom's death, but I think it involves Athena, and I'd like you to tell the jury about that.
Well, it was Friday, December 28th of 2018. I had went to work early that morning, as I did all the time, and my mom wasn't supposed to die. She was just fine, but she used to keep Athena for me whenever I went to work. And she just died. But Athena, being Athena, I don't know how she knew. I didn't train her. I didn't teach her what death was. She hadn't had death in her life. But she ran out to my Nana's house, which would be her great-grandmother. And it's about an acre away. Each of these houses are on about an acre. And she went and got help. And the only reason we know that is because there's a ring camera outside of the house. And she just kept telling my Nana, Granny's dead. My Nana, being my Nana, didn't grab her phone before she left the house and couldn't get into my mom's phone because it had a code on it. So she sent Athena another acre away in the opposite direction to get more help. She was only 3.5.
So at 3.5 years
Oh,
old,
gosh.
she's toddling herself all
Oh,
over the
my
place to try to
God.
Yes. Next to me, pretty positive my mom loved her more than anyone else in this world did.
Oh, my gosh.
Do you remember when you got the call and when you received the information that Athena had gone missing? Do you remember that time?
I do.
And where were you at that time when you got the information that she had just been missing?
I was in my house. My phone had died, and Jacob called my little sister, who was too far out from me. So she called my older sister, and my older sister came banging on the door like you would have thought the house was on fire. And I opened the door and she said, Athena's missing. And immediately I said, no, she's not. So I went and got my phone, and Jacob's name popped up on my phone.
So you knew something was not
Nothing
right.
from now.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
How far is it from
Near
your house
Road.
in
Oh,
Oklahoma
gosh. Yeah, I remember
to
that.
County Road 3573 we've been talking about?
Typically, it's about a 2-hour drive.
And how fast did you make that drive on that particular day?
I made it within 45 minutes.
Now, let me ask you, did you go straight there?
Mama Bear on the
Did
road,
you have a
move the
stop
fuck
along the way?
over, right?
Unfortunately, I let my car run pretty clear out of gas, and I said that I would get gas before work the next morning. So I had to stop and get gas in Comanche.
And so then you found your way this direction.
Yes, I did.
Some people will say that moms know when things happen. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
How do you know something wasn't right?
Feel it.
On my way down to Jacob's house, I stayed on the phone with him pretty well most of the way until I got to about Ryan, Oklahoma. And then it felt like I was dying. I couldn't breathe, but I knew I had to keep going. I almost tapped the brakes because I thought I was having a heart attack. But I just told myself that if I kept going, it would be okay and I would find her.
So long as mama can get there, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You get there, Athena's still missing.
Yeah.
What do you do in that time period between when she's missing and when we get, and then we find out what happened? What do you do during that time period?
When I got there, an officer asked me who I was. I told him I was Athena's mom. He directed me back inside my Jeep and told me that they were bringing dogs out and that my scent could throw the dogs off. So I had to stay inside my Jeep.
And then during those next 2 days, what are you doing during those next 2 days?
At 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, December 1st, an officer had told me that they had taken away the dogs and I could get out of the vehicle. And I asked him, can I search myself? He said yes. So Ashley's dad, Jacob's dad, my uncle, and Jacob and I went out and searched all of Jacob's property and the surrounding properties, even though all of those people were probably sound asleep in their own beds, and we didn't ask permission. And later that day, when more volunteers had come out and more officers arrived, I had talked to a few different investigators throughout the time. I walked lineups. I walked that county road over and over and over again. I searched Jacob's ponds, but she wasn't there. And I'm not from that county, so I didn't know where else to go, and I didn't know where else to look. I just knew she wasn't there.
I heard from Sheriff Aiken that he had a meeting with you and Jacob, actually, and some of your family members at a church in Cockville. Do you remember that meeting?
Yes, I do.
And I know this may be tough, but I think it's important. When you're told that Athena's no longer with us, what's your first reaction?
I wanted to tell Sheriff Aiken that he didn't know what he was talking about. I asked him if I could confirm that that was my daughter, and he told me no, because she looks too bad. And I went into a place of denial. I stopped breathing, and I started to black out as I heard Ashley screaming. I knew it. I knew it was him.
At some point, you gotta be a mom again, don't you?
Yes, sir.
At some point, you gotta plan a funeral, don't you?
Yes, sir.
At some point, you gotta see Athena for yourself. Is that right?
Yes.
Did that happen?
Yes. On Tuesday, December 6th of 2022, I was allowed to see Athena for the first time. I went in about an hour before I'd actually told Jacob to show up, because I didn't know
Thank you, Donna.
what she would look like, and I didn't know how bad it would be. And I didn't want him to see our daughter like that. So I went in around 8 in the morning with just my dad. And her ears were messed up. And she had incision lines. And her chin was scraped up. And so we put her in a hospital gown because I didn't have clothes for her. And she was naked. And I searched her body looking for any reason that that wasn't my baby. And then we did her makeup so Jacob wouldn't have to see the discoloration and how bad it was.
Still gotta be a mom, don't you?
Yes, always.
Always. Athena didn't stay in that little gown very long, did she?
No, she did not. It wasn't pretty enough.
Tell me what mom does to go fix that.
Well, I wasn't from Wise County. I didn't know where to go or what to do, and I couldn't sleep. So I wandered around Walmart until I found a few dresses to pick from, and I wanted to make sure that she was just, when I got to her, she was so cold, and she didn't like the cold. So I wanted to make sure that she was dressed. So I picked out clothes. I picked out socks and panties and shoes and leggings and dresses. And I wanted to make sure she had one of her bows. So I got her some bows.
There's a pretty consistent theme with her with the bow, wasn't it?
There's actually a joke that me and my cousin do. We have a child. Well, I did have a child around the same age. But back in 2014, 2015, it was very common to put bows on little girls that were bigger than their head. And Athena just kind of adapted that and never grew out of it.
That's why we got this picture here.
Yeah.
Now, do you have another daughter?
I do.
And what's the age difference between your other daughter and Athena?
4 years and 7 months.
Now, I've asked 4 of witnesses to describe to me their favorite picture of your younger daughter and Athena. Do you have one?
It was the first one I ever took of them together.
So that'd be right after your daughter was born.
Yes, sir.
And what's Athena doing in this picture?
She's holding Rye, and she is beaming. She'd been asking me for a sibling for a year or more, and she finally got her. I didn't want her to be alone if something ever happened to me. Because when Mom died and Athena was asking for a sibling, I looked around and I said, hey, at least I've got my sisters.
Let me ask you about your daughter. How old was
Absolutely
your
so
second
sad. That's really so sad to think of. Like, I don't know if she has any other daughters. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but now the little one, you know, isn't gonna have her sister. Oh my gosh, just so fucking sad. Wow.
Athena was your first.
Yes, she was.
She also Jacob's first too.
Yes, she was.
And how old was your second daughter, Rylan, when Athena was born? When Athena was born, I want to get this exact.
When Rye was born,
Yeah, when Rylan was born, how old was it?
Athena was 4.5.
And then when Athena was killed, how old was Rylan?
We had Athena's funeral on December 9th of 2022. I got her ashes the next morning on December 10th of 2022. And that was also Rylan's 3rd birthday. And I brought her sister home. It just wasn't the way I was supposed to.
How'd you go about talking to little sister about what happened to her big sister?
I didn't know how to tell her, and I didn't think I was strong enough to tell her. So I lied to her for a long time. I would tell her that she was just staying with her daddy for a little bit longer. And when she asked to FaceTime her or to call her, I would tell her that she was at school, or she was sleeping, or she was, I'm sorry. I would lie to her. Until about a year ago, she didn't know the whole truth. And, but I didn't tell her that Athena was dead and that she had been killed until Athena's, or what should have been Athena's 8th birthday.
So let me ask you about that. Today, how old would Athena be today?
She would be 10.
And if I remember correctly, she has a birthday upcoming, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
When would she turn 11?
May 23rd.
2026.
Yes, sir.
Should be a fourth grader. Is that right?
She would be a 4th grader. She'd be getting ready to go to her 5th grade year.
During the course of this case, have you ever missed a hearing?
1.
And why do you make it a point to be at every hearing that we've had?
Because I had to cover up handprint bruises around my daughter's neck. And because she no longer has a voice. And I want people to know that she's not just some story. She's not just some number. She's not just some picture you see in a headline. She was loved. She is loved. And she is missed. And she was real. And she had a life. And she wanted to live. And no one can take that from her. Not a single person can take that from her. And I will be her face, and I will be her voice, and I will make sure that every person in this world knows that she was loved and that she wanted to live. And we want her in our lives.
You've been getting evidence, information about this case since the beginning.
Yes.
And you've been sitting here and you've heard.
I said we wouldn't watch this whole thing, but we're definitely going to. There's only about 10 minutes left, so we might as well. I think she deserves the having her voice heard as many places as it can be. So here we go. We're going to keep going.
Almost all the evidence in this case. But in the very beginning, what kinds of things were you being given? What kind of information were you being given in the beginning?
I read Tanner Horner's arrest affidavit where he said he hit her with a truck and he panicked. So he attempted to break her neck and then it didn't work. So he strangled her.
Do you have a chance to look at the autopsy or anything else in this case?
When it came out, I read it. I drove down here the moment that my attorney contacted me and said it was being released. Got pulled over in Bowie for that one because I wanted to read it before the media released it to the public.
Now, if I remember correctly, you've got a little bit of medical training and knowledge, don't you?
Yes, sir.
What stood out to you when you read that information?
That there were no items of personal belongings listed with her, and that the only thing that was with her was the hands, or the bags around her hands. And I knew that that meant that she didn't have anything on her when she was found.
And how far along into this process?
I'll be right back. I gotta
That was
go
in the
switch
summer
my laundry.
of 2023.
Okay.
And I'm just going to ask you, how did you react to getting that information in the summer of 2023?
I didn't want to believe it. I told myself that I was wrong. I told myself that y'all just do stuff different down here in Texas. And, because I'd rather be wrong about that than be right.
Ranger Espinoza has, we talked a little bit about some videos in this case. Did you have any chance to view or look at any portion of any videos in this case?
I did.
How much of it were you able to look at?
Oh my God, I can't imagine watching that fucking video.
Maybe a minute, maybe two. I couldn't. I can't. And I'm very sorry to all of the innocent people that do have to watch that. I am so sorry. I'm sorry to you, and I'm sorry to y'all too. Because none of us, not Athena, not me, not anyone in this room besides Tanner Horner, asked for what's on that video. And Athena definitely didn't. I really am sorry.
We've been here a little over a week and a half. We've been here, seen some of the evidence in the case. What is it that sticks out to you? What do you want to know?
I know it sounds stupid, and I know it sounds selfish. I know he will never tell the truth. But I want to know where my daughter's shirt is. I want to know everything. But he won't tell me that. And I highly doubt that he cared enough to pay attention to when my daughter took her last breath. Because I brought her into this world, James. And I know when she took her first, I was there for that. I was there when she took her first steps and said her first word. But I wasn't there when she took her last. So I want to know where her shirt is. Because maybe he could give me that much grace.
Got a couple more questions for you, maybe. Athena's still in your life, isn't she?
Athena is in my life every day.
Every day.
Every day.
And I think I would be missing something if I didn't point out that you tend to have an affinity for a certain color. Would that be right?
For her, yes, sir.
And is that Athena's color too?
This is her favorite color, yes.
Not Mom's favorite color.
No, sir.
You keep her both? You got your pink?
Yes, sir.
Do you talk to Athena sometimes?
I talk to her every day.
What do you say to her when you talk to her?
I tell her that I'm sorry. That I wasn't there to protect her and to stop him. I tell her that I love her. And I talk to her about Rye and what she's doing in life and how much she loves and misses her. And I tell her about you and about Pat and about Michelle and about my attorneys and how y'all are working really hard to make sure that she's not forgotten and that she didn't just die and that we'll get justice for her.
You know, your people say that if they just had a few more minutes to talk to somebody that they no longer have. You heard that before?
I've thought about it a lot.
Let me ask you. If you had those few minutes to talk to Athena right now, today, sitting in this room, what would you tell her?
I'd tell her I'm sorry. And I would tell her how much she means to me and her daddy and to her sisters. and how much she is loved and how much we want her. And just, I'm sorry I am that I didn't protect her.
You know how hard it was being here, Megan? I want to thank you for being here and opening up your world to us today. That's what you
Cross-examination.
Miss Andy, I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm not going to ask any questions today. Thank you very much.
May this witness be excused. Thank you.
All right. So there was that one. I give kudos to the defense for just sitting the fuck down and shutting the fuck up and not cross-examining her. I don't think it would have been right, in my opinion. So I'm glad that they decided that they didn't need to cross-examine her, didn't want to, whatever it was. But I'm glad that they didn't. Definitely difficult. So, okay, now we can go over and hang on a second. Let me have a look here for a second. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so this is the last one for tonight. This one is not very long. It's only 14 minutes. So we will close out probably after this video is done. And that'll give us a little bit of time to reset and refocus. And, you know, I want to definitely check out a couple of things before we go live a little bit later. So this is Athena's father. This is obviously him testifying. So let's have a listen to this. And yeah, here we go, guys. I hope everybody's okay. Maybe I should ask that. Is everybody okay in the chat? You know, doing all right. Hey, Mama P. Good to see you, darling.
Yeah, definitely heartbreaking.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine. I couldn't imagine. So, all right. Okay, here we go.
Picture from State's Exhibit 287. Do you recognize this picture?
I do.
Is that your daughter?
Yes.
Can you tell me what day that picture was taken?
First day of school,
What grade was she in?
first grade.
Athena has a little bit of a girly side, but did she have any issues being dirty or playing outside?
Not at all.
I'm going to ask you to tell the jury a little bit about one of your favorite memories and favorite pictures that you have of Athena. With the horse
Sweetheart.
trough. Can you tell them about that?
Yes. It was
Endless. I thought about that going over when the medical examiner testified, and I don't think I'm going to. I mean, of course, it gets. I can definitely share the link for you guys if you want to go over and have a look at it. But I don't think I want to go over it myself. So, yeah. But we will, definitely try to keep up on other things that are happening. The jury is out right now. So we're waiting for that to come back, which I imagine is going to be a guilty verdict. But, well, not, I guess not guilty. They don't have to decide guilt. They're just deciding, you know, a life in prison, or are they going to send him to the death row. And I hope that I see people saying that, like, you know, death row, like it can be, it's an easy out. And I see what you mean. I see what you mean. But on the other, I mean, I don't know. I would rather see him, you know, go to, you know, General Pop, go send him in there. You know, people are going to know who he is. No matter if he shaves his beard or not or whatever, you know what I mean? They're going to know who he is. So I'm all 100% in favor of prison justice. I'm just saying, you know? I think most of the time when we hear, you know, prison justice, other than just, you know, inmates fighting with each other or, you know, things like that. But when it's something like this, high profile like this, I mean, hey, you know what? This man is the one, not the one on screen, but Tanner. I mean, he decided to do what he did, you know. So yeah, I was watching like a little bit of it, but just the beginning of it. When it got a little too much, I just stepped out. You know, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. So, but it is out there, and she's a very pretty girl. She's very pretty. Medical examiner. Boy, she's like fashionista. So, but yeah, it's yeah. So, all right. I get it, Justin. Yeah, it definitely seems like a very easy out, right? In segregation, being protected, all, you know, all that. Just, it's frustrating and it's angering, and you know what I mean. But yeah. So, all right. Let's listen to this once again. This is Athena's father, and yeah, it's his turn up on the stand. So here we go, you guys.
Springtime, so the water was still a bit chilly, and I walked outside and she was filling up the water trough and brought out a bunch of her Barbies and toys and filled up the water trough with them and was sitting in it when her dressed in cowgirl boots.
Did you actually end up taking a picture of Athena?
I did. She was shivering but having fun.
When you took that picture,
He
was
looks,
she- yeah.
he looks a little, you know, kind of like rough and tough, you know what I mean? But he sounds like a very, very gentle man, especially maybe when he's talking about his daughter. But yeah, it just kind of went through my mind. I kind of wanted to point that out. So he seems very, he's very, very quiet. He's just very gentle, it seems like. So very calm. So, all right, here we go. I'm sure he wasn't, you know, of course, when he found out, or, you know, however it all played out for them. I'm sure that he probably, you know, maybe had a tantrum, absolutely. But he seems like a really gentle man. So, anyways, here we go.
You're outside of that water drop.
I could be totally
Outside of
wrong.
it,
but-
gathering more toys.
Soaking wet.
Yes.
What did you and Athena like to do together?
Mostly outside. We'd go camping, hiking, going to the lake.
Athena was 7, so what was she into at the time?
As every little girl was, Frozen, and unicorns and mermaids, and getting dirty.
She liked to sing the Frozen songs.
24/7.
Oh my gosh.
You
I
mentioned
could see her
Barbies.
singing it too.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
I sing it all the time to BJ.
Showing you what has already been admitted as, I think it's one of the I believe. You recognize these?
I do.
Was this Athena's Christmas gift?
Yes.
Is this the last thing that y'all bought for your daughter?
Yes.
Your Honor, can I publish these to the jury?
Sure.
I mean, I hope they get that back. I would want it.
Jacob, these are the You Can Be Anything Barbies. Athena did not get that opportunity. She went missing on November 30th of 2022. Can we talk about that day?
Yes.
How was that day for you when it started?
It was a good day. Went to work and came back a little bit after they got home from school.
So, did you see Athena when she got home from school?
Yes.
And what were y'all doing?
Just hanging out for a little while. So I wanted to be with the kids before I went out on my hunting trip with my dad.
And do you recall about what time you went on your hunting trip?
It was just before, a little bit before dark, I think.
When you were leaving, did you say bye to Athena?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury about that?
I told all the kids and Athena bye and gave her a hug, and then after I was, or as I was leaving, I was backing up, she ran up to the truck because she wanted to give me another hug, and I told her not to run up on me while I'm backing up in the truck, and yeah, gave her another hug until I ran over.
That was your final moments with Athena alive.
Yes.
At some point, were you notified she went missing?
Yes.
And what did you do?
I was, of course, a little nervous, but I thought maybe she was just playing hide and seek or something because she was really good at that.
I think you told me a story about her hiding in a closet somewhere. Where was she hiding?
Yes, we were all playing hide and seek, and she hid in the linen closet with everything in front of her, and we were searching for like 20 minutes.
So when you first got notified, you thought she was hiding.
Yeah.
Did you participate in searching for Athena?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
I searched each day whenever they let me, and I thought maybe I'd be a little bit better at it because I've been on that property since I was 8 years old, and I know the woods like the back of my hand.
You didn't find Athena on your property, though, did you?
No.
When were you told that Athena's body was recovered?
On the second in the Cottondale Church in the room.
What were y'all doing at that church?
That was just kind of like the middle ground for everybody to meet up and rehydrate and eat. They were taking care of everybody that was a part of the search, and they let the family stay there.
How was that for you?
It was nerve-wracking and hard. Still had hope, but
You mentioned that you've been on the land since you were 8 years old.
yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your home and the land that you live on?
We moved there back in 2000 when I was 8, and it's on 10 acres. And now me and my brother both live on it. He lives down the hill from me.
Who all lived with you in your part of the property?
It was me, Ashley, Athena, Alice, and Yursa at the time. YRSA.
How old is your son?
She's 5 now.
And Alex?
14.
And Athena, would have been 11 now?
Yes.
Do you still have a place at your home that you talk to Athena?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury about that?
There's a fruitless pear tree that Alice and Athena would always climb. That was just kind of like their spot where they hung out, and they would also gather toys from their room and hang in that tree like ornaments.
Talk a little bit about your role, as a man and how it affected you. Why don't you tell the jury a little bit about that? Athena was taken from your home, your property that you've been at since you were 8 years old. You weren't there. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel horrible, like I should have done something or been there. I wasn't there to protect them like I should be, like a father's role.
Did that create you a lot of guilt?
Yes.
How did you handle your trauma and your pain from this?
Pretty much self-destruction.
Can you tell the jury a little bit about that?
I just kind of held everything in, and
That's sad.
it just broke me.
That's really sad.
Did you turn to alcohol?
Yes.
What about your marriage?
It ruined my marriage.
How did it affect your ability to eat and sleep and normal day-to-day activities?
I couldn't sleep, and I would only eat like every 7 days, and I lost like 50 pounds.
We talked earlier about Athena's siblings. So we had Yursa, and we had her stepsister Alice, right? And then she also has a sister Rylan, her mom made her daughter. Talk a little bit about Athena and Alice. What was their relationship like?
They were just best friends. They loved that they were sisters, but not real sisters, they would say, so they're just best friends.
Has this affected Alice?
Yes.
Did y'all all go into therapy?
Yes.
How's Alice doing now?
She recently went back to therapy because she's been having nightmares.
Nightmares about what?
Everything that she's having to hear about and what happened to her sister.
The defendant wrote a letter to the family and to law enforcement. Did you believe that letter?
Not at all.
What do you miss most about Athena?
Just her laugh and her spirit. And she loved everybody.
Is there anything that you want this jury to understand about your loss in this process?
I just hope that the jury and the justice system will make the right decision.
I'll pass it as judge.
Cross-examination.
No, Your Honor. Mr. Landy, we have no, Mr. Strand, we have no questions for you. We are terribly sorry for your loss.
Okay.
May this witness be excused. Thank you, sir.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see happen to this guy. I'd like to see him get the electric chair. Or a firing squad.
I agree. I agree. Wow. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That was hard to hear. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little while. I appreciate you guys being here. So we'll take a little break and see what's happening on the streets. And we'll come back in a little bit.
Alrighty, I'll see y'all on the other side.
All right. Bye, girl.
Bye.
Bye. Right, I can't imagine being a defense attorney. I absolutely agree with you. I think it's got to be very, very difficult sometimes, especially in situations like this when you know, like, your client is guilty. So yeah. So I'm sure that we will. I mean, either way, either he gets life in prison or he gets the death penalty. Either way, it is definitely going to be justice for Athena. So I guess we can just be grateful for that. So, but I agree with you guys. Yeah, he deserves nothing in my opinion. So, but all right, guys, I'm going to take a break here for a little bit. Perhaps make something to eat. And I will come back in a little while. So thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you in a bit. Bye.